Yeah. Check this out. So, Buddy Gray hit me up a messenger and said, hey, I got new stickers. He's been building intakes, which he does every couple of years, and makes stickers when he makes them too. So he's like, hey, you want a sticker? I was like, definitely. And this is what my wife brings in a couple days later, and I'm like, that seems a bit big for a sticker. And yeah, there's a sticker in there. There we go. Obviously it's behind the backing or whatever, but that's gonna look awesome. But he sent this nice little letter talking about my videos, thanking me basically, which is huge. I mean, he's a good guy, and for him to be like, hey, good job on the videos, I'm like, that's awesome. And get to this. So yeah, that's awesome. Gray Ronk builds them out of carbon fiber by hand. I've read through the TR thread, which is long since gone, rest in peace, totalruckus.com. But he really worked on trying to make the curve right and just testing them on bikes, making sure they worked as best as possible. This is, in my opinion, probably the best open intake and the best short intake that you can possibly get, hands down. It is absolutely the best looking. You know, some of these bikes, not always my style, but I have a huge appreciation for the work that goes into them. But the bikes that are really done to the nines, you know, people put more than a new Ruckus is almost worth into that bike, and they look awesome. And if you go that direction, this is, in my opinion, the best looking intake to go. So if that's the kind of build you're doing, I don't think there's any other way than see if you can get a hold of this guy, see if the next time that he's building them, he can get you one, you know. But remember, he's just some guy who does this every once in a while, you know, and it's super cool of him to work on this. And I have to say that talking with him, which is mostly my experience, not buying from him, but talking with him, he's just a good guy. So special thanks to him, you know, appreciate it, man. So we're gonna put this on here, take off what I've got, you know, but I babbled long enough about intakes. Let's actually put this one on. I'm gonna move the camera up and get some work done on it. Just pull it off right at the carb. I don't think we need to pull the carb off for this. Getting this nice and loose will be good. All right. I'm just going to use the screwdriver to push the rubber just a little bit. It's pretty loose. So anyways, all right, so here is what I was running. And you can tell that it's not very long at all. So there's a really small section of that Dayco 71381 that I was telling you guys about. All right, so the stack that I've got a 3D printed stack from Small Engine Velocity. Thanks, Caesar. A little less than 3 inches, but still 3 inches plus arguably another 3 inches. Total length, about 6 inches there. Let's get this on. Now, he sent these directions, which, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but man, they look awesome. Just making sure that you've got all 4 parts, you know, kind of where to attach it, really. I mean, it's not difficult, but, and then he's got, so, and what I've heard people say is they'll run a RonkStack, especially like at shows and stuff like that, and on a nice day, but that if they're worried about their engine on a regular basis, you know, you can actually get this, it's a uni like tube filter, or sock filter rather, and it's got the spring in it. So you pull the spring out of it, and then you can wrap it around your RonkStack. So I'll probably get one of those. It looks green in this picture, but it's more of that Tiffany or Seafoam or whatever that a lot of people paint their bikes. So it could actually work with your color scheme in a lot of ways too. So nice instructions there. And so you get at least one of. So he says, I've read through the instruction, and he says that if you're worried about it, you can put one here and one there. But it really, the 3 or 4 times that I've tried to pull this out, you've got to work with it for a minute before it just slides out. So I'm going to get it in there. I'm going to feel inside to make sure that it's not causing like a ridge. Because obviously, I mean, we've set this whole thing up in order to flow nicely. If I make a ridge, like if I take the carbon fiber intake, the stack, and I move it out here, you can see the air wraps around that lip, is going to cause turbulence. So if you can look in there, rub your finger around the edge where it goes, and it's a nice smooth transition, then that's good. And I'm just going to try to go about as far in as I can go while making sure that it doesn't create that lip. I know that later on down the road, in theory, I might be able to move this a little bit to change the length, tune it. I'm going to mostly do that with jets. I have not found an inch or two within an inch of length to make a big enough difference that I'll probably do that. If I get to the point where my bike's doing 50, 51, then yeah, I think it's something I would come back to and play with to maybe get the jet as close to this as possible, and then see if I can change it a little bit to grab that last little, quarter mile, half mile, maybe even a mile. Who knows at that point. But we're not that close with this bike as far as making sure everything's 100%. I want basic good enough. I don't want it to fall out. I'm happy. So that's where we're at with that. And I'm going to put that on, remembering to put it on in a way. I always work at my bike from this side, the seat's here, so I want to be able to get that. And I'm going to take the hose clamp and I'm going to go down just enough. I don't want to squeeze it so it'll still get over the lip in the lip on the carb, but I don't want to have to hold it while I put it on there. All right. And even like I may have even tightened too much here, the fact that it's gripping on, well, when it goes over that lip, it's going to want to push that rubber out, the silicone out, and if that's right there, it's going to inhibit that. So let's kind of see what we can do here. Oh, all right, yeah, maybe I'll try to move it out of the way first. Of course, it's fresh too, so, oh, look at that. That is extremely satisfying. And then I'm going to loosen that back up. So it's still nice to have it like somewhere where it wasn't going to move, but I didn't put it on the very end. And so I'm going to try to put that hose clamp. People like to go on this side of the ridge or that. I'm going to go on the ridge and a little bit past it is my theory. So probably not too important. And then before I get too far, let's just check. And that hose has to be dealt with maybe today. I really like how that looks. If I move it around, it's not going to hit the tire. It's real close to the tire, but it's just absolutely perfect. So, oh man, that looks so awesome too. I'm just stoked. This thing is one of those dream parts for me, I'm really stoked. I would not have been able to make this decision, and to have one is just awesome. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's it. It's installed. I'm going to start up and take it for a ride. Bring you guys along. Sound good? See you in a second. So that was awesome. I swear it sounds better, it feels better performance-wise already. I feel like my bike's happier with it on. That's 100% for sure. And it looks, oh my god, it looks so much better. This is super cool. So that's on there. We should do something else for it. It'll get down here, won't quite come back. All right, so you can clean that up and see what you do from it.